My name is Dave Hodges, and I'm the host of the Common Sense Show. We are the show that is freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really good to be with you. And we are brought to you by the Magic Dicol products, and the really go by Nanosoma now. But this is such a breakthrough. This is the 3 pack starter pack, and you got the Nanosoma spray, which basically saved my life. If you haven't heard the story, last year I had pneumonia, got through it, RSV with strep lung linings. That's where the negative prognosis came in. Dave, it's going to be bad. And I had doctors telling me this that had known me for years, and I trusted them, and they were just trying to be honest with me. And I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. Scotty Sachs said, Dave, take the spray. 2 weeks, I was back to somewhat normal in the gym, weakened condition, but working back. And then I had to use the gel, as I was told, would help me produce pluripotent stem cells in my bone on bone knee. Well, it wasn't bone on bone anymore, and I'm doing things I haven't done in 25 years. And then the skin cream, fine lines and wrinkles. This stuff's amazing. And I won't rest until everyone's on these products because it turns life around. And in my case, I believe it saved my life. All you got to do is go to iwantmyhealthback.com/Dave Hodges. iwantmyhealthback.com/Dave Hodges. The 3 products together, 15% off for the starter pack. And I'm sure it'll do for you what it did for me. Well, you've got RFK Jr., who is not getting enough credit. And these words reverberate in my mind. Attended a Phoenix rally, and RFK was introduced to join the Trump team. And he said, I prayed to God every night I could make a difference in people's lives, help them with the things that were hurting them. And I prayed and prayed and prayed, and God brought me Donald Trump. And RFK, his appointment is paying off monumentally. I talked yesterday, actually 2 days ago, about the items he's banning from foods that literally kill us. And he's now attacking practices. I used to teach graduate students research strategies to do their dissertations. And we used medical modeling as the example. And it was tried and true, and it was classic research. You couldn't go wrong. But in reality, the FDA became a political organization and allowed industry to do their own testing. What could go wrong? And you wonder how you get these products that RFK Jr. is going after and saying, this doesn't belong in our food supply. This is bad for us. Taking it out of school lunches, thank goodness. But he's now attacking the practice. If you have any kind of monetary interest, you cannot do research on your own product for efficacy testing, safety testing. Not going to do it. I prayed, like RFK Jr., that we would have someone come along and straighten out this mess, because I've known for years how bad it is. And if you've paid attention, you have a pretty good idea too. But RFK Jr. answered my prayers. He's taking away that practice. And there's something else that I'm hearing he's looking at, and it's something I've talked about for years. I'm tired of the revolving door that leads to backroom deals and quid pro quos. In other words, if I work for the FDA And I'm nice enough to these corporations and let them slide with some shoddy research that I know is endangering the public. But when I retire from the FDA, they'll have a cushy, well-paying job for me. And on the other hand, if I'm really cooperative and I wine and dine FDA officials as a corporate lobbyist or executive, I can retire from corporate and go to work for the FDA. And what RFK Jr. wants to do, and I think we're a ways away from doing this because there's going to be legal challenges when I say bring it on, because we got to stop this practice. He wants to have a 5-year moratorium. If you've worked for the FDA and had business with a corporation, you cannot go to work for that corporation for 5 years. You remember Billy Tobin, congressman? He brought us Medicare Plan B that really ripped off our senior citizens with prescription costs. Do you remember that? Remember he resigned his congressional position to take a $2 million position with the very big pharma company that was going to make money on the Medicare deal he helped ramrod through. That's what RFK Jr. wants to stop. And I'd like to see Donald Trump make this a central theme in his government. None of this quid pro quo. If you've done government work, you can't do it to benefit yourself so you can jump to the corporations when you retire. Wrong. 5-year moratorium. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the answer to my prayers, as Donald Trump was the answer to his prayers to help people. And he's in a total service mode. I don't see how anyone can find fault with him. Well, you can have an intellectual dispute about is this product safe and let's compare research, and you can have those intellectual arguments. You can't question his motives. He wants you to live longer. He wants your kids to be healthy. We couldn't have had a better appointment. This was really as good, I think, as Pam Bondi is, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Tulsi Gabbard. As good as these people are, this was Trump's best appointment. And I'll be greatly appreciative to Donald Trump if he makes these practices uniform across all levels of government. The backroom handshake deals need to stop. And RFK Jr. is setting the tone. I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show. If you've not signed up for our newsletter, you'll want to. Over 50,000 people are getting it. And we do multiple presentations a day on public interest topics. Sometimes they're spiritual based. Sometimes they're fun based. I like to go into the mysterious things. But our newsletter incorporates all that. You don't have to come back here several times a day. Just sign up for the newsletter. You'll get one-stop shopping of everything we've done in the previous 24 hours. You go to thecommonsenseshow.com, click on the newsletter link, put your email in, and we do not sell your data. I find that practice reprehensible, and we will never do it. Data belongs to you. But the newsletter can be yours too. Once a day delivery for as long as you have your email. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here again next time.